What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Jalen Wilson, back with another episode of Illini Fan Rant. Illinois just beat the Ohio State Buckeyes 73-68, and what wasn't an upset because Illinois got their star player Ayo Dosunmu back today. But I'm gonna get to the game a little bit. To start the first half, Illinois was doing good. Illinois jumped out to a lead, up 11. But Ohio State started coming back. Illinois was making plays that to beat themselves. I'm just like, man. I remember one specific play. I'm like, oh, thank goodness for a TV timeout because EJ Liddell hit a three, and then DeMonte Williams was gonna hit Ayo Dosunmu for a cut, but Ayo Dosunmu didn't go for the cut. He went out, and that caused a turnover because DeMonte Williams passed the ball out of bounds. And I'm just like, oh man, thank you for a TV timeout because Ohio State like they was finna come back, you know? And it was just crazy because Illinois was up, I think 11 at most. And it looked like Illinois could just start pulling away, pulling away. They had momentum, pulling away, but it just didn't happen. Now it didn't happen for certain reasons, just because Illinois started beating themselves and because Ohio State start, abusing Georgie on screens. Now, second half, Illinois kind of go off to a slow start. I believe for the first, I want to say 12 minutes of the second half, Illinois only scored like 10 points. Uh, it was really a close game second half, like a way closer second half game. And it was mainly because, Illinois didn't really get like a lot of offense from anywhere because Kofi, he went quiet. I believe he had, I don't know, I don't think Kofi had points in the whole second half. If he did, that's from the free throw line. But I don't think he had points that whole second half. Somebody in the comment section correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he had points. I'm like 98% sure he didn't have points that second half. He also got 4 fouls that second half too. Well, he didn't have 4 fouls, but he ended up with 4 fouls at the end of the second half. And I'm just like, the offense not doing nothing. It really sucked because I'm like, man, if, like Illinois come out like if Illinois come out like they did first half, we should blow it. We should blow Ohio State out. Even though we only up 4 at halftime, but that didn't happen. Ohio State kept it close. Uh, Ohio State kept abusing Georgia on ball screens. Still, second half, still abusing that man. Each of the Dell was just picking and popping all day. But Ayo Dosunmu made Ayo Dosunmu made an Ayo Dosunmu play, and that was at near the end of the game. Well, actually, it was really it wasn't the game winner, but it it was probably the second biggest bucket of the game. When Ayo Dosunmu made that and one layup. Also before that, you had DeMonte Williams shoot that three, tie the game up at 68-68. Probably the biggest shot that he's ever hit in his career that I can really think of. I know he hit a big shot earlier in the season, but that wasn't against a top 10 team in Ohio State. That was against, I believe that was against Ohio, the third game of the season. But yeah, Io really came through. Andre Cabello came through. He had not 11 points. He had 17. He had 17 points. He came through big for us. I like that. I like that. Trent Frazier. Not a good game. He only had 3 points, and those 3 points came in within like the last 5 minutes. But I wasn't mad at that because one, they were some of the biggest 3 points of the game, and two, because his game style isn't meant to score points. Sometimes just meant to be there and play his role and guard the other best team's ball handler. And that's exactly what he did. Now he couldn't be as touchy today, with his hands or anything like that because he caught 2 fouls early. So it was like Brad kind of had to manage his minutes really early on. But I like this. But I like that he had a big shot. So I'm not really mad at his performance today. What I like better out of him, yes, but it doesn't really matter because we got the win. Now you also have Georgie. I want to talk about you, bro. You sucked. I ain't gonna lie, you sucked. Like your IQ is low. Well, at least when it comes to screens, like you should not be helping whenever like it was a certain play late second half. to where he just sat there and let EJ Liddell catch the three ball and shoot it and make it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Go out there. You can't do that against Ohio State. Ohio State isn't Michigan. Michigan didn't have no big man that can stretch the floor. Ohio State did. Um, and Georgie would just seem like he wasn't prepared for it. It pissed a lot of Illini fans off. I'm not gonna lie. It made a lot of Illini fans mad. It should have, because he was just getting tore up. Every time they saw Georgie on the court, it was like free food, free food, free food. Like, you get a three, you get a three, you get a three. I'm just like, dang, bro. Like, please take Georgie out the game. Now, Kofi, on the other hand, he did a good job at guarding the three. To where he ain't the most mobile guy when it comes to lateral quickness, but he got it done. Kofi has actually upped his perimeter defense, which might sound crazy, but he's upped it. His free throw shooting still needs a lot of work. But shout out to Illinois, got the win today, beat Ohio State. I was telling Lever KT, who y'all saw on the show before the game, I was like, Illinois might lose this game because Illinois does not match up well against Ohio State. I'm like, Illinois struggles against teams that can bring Kofi and Georgie out to the perimeter, and that's exactly what Ohio State tried to do most of this game, and it worked for the most part. But they still lost, so it don't matter. Well, I guess it kind of does matter for teams going forward facing teams with that type of stretch five. But yeah, I was happy about this win. Fourth win in a row, 4-game win streak, beat Nebraska, was it just Nebraska, Wisconsin? Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of Wisconsin for a minute. I knew it was Michigan, Ohio State, but I couldn't think of Wisconsin. But it was Nebraska, Wisconsin, Michigan. We thrashed Michigan. They were scared of us in the first place, but we beat them without an All-American. I ain't doing that no fan rant for that, because certain timing didn't match up. But if y'all want me to do some one right now, I can. Michigan played terrible. Illinois took them out their offensive element because Michigan's a team that like to move the ball around. Illinois didn't allow them. Michigan only had like 4 assists that whole game. Just took Michigan. Franz Wagner, is that his name? Took him out the game. I would have said what Juwan Howard should have did, but I'm not gonna say that because he might watch this video, and I'm not helping Michigan out. But remember, Michigan was scared of us for a reason. We showed them that reason. But we beat Michigan and then beat Ohio State. Illinois should be a lock for a number 1 seed right now. I don't care if they lose their first game in the tournament. Not in a tournament, but in a Big Ten tournament. If they lose first game in the Big Ten tournament, they should still be a lock for number 1 seed. Only team I can say that should have even say in getting a number 1 seed over them is Iowa. But Iowa is only going to get it if Iowa makes it to the Big Ten championship and wins it. But that's it for this episode. EJ Liddell, man. If I had $1 for every time somebody asked me why EJ Liddell didn't go to Illinois, hey, I don't know. I wish he did. EJ Liddell, you're a good player. Michigan, y'all was scared. Ohio State, shout out to y'all. Y'all put up a good fight. And can't wait to the Big Ten tournament. Illinois hitting their stride at the right time. You always hit that stride in March. We're getting ready for March Madness, the best time of the year for a college basketball fan. You got upsets, comebacks, buzzer beaters, the best time of the year. So, I'll catch y'all. I don't know when Illinois' first game is of the Big Ten tournament. I believe it's Wednesday. But, I'll catch y'all then. I might be back for another episode. But, I'm out. Peace.